Okay. Hi, Caitlin. My name is Miss Whitesall. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
So, your teacher, Mrs. Caselli, asked me to come and talk to you. And do you mind talking with me for a little bit?
Am I in trouble?
Not at all.
Okay, then yeah. If I'm not in trouble, we can talk.
Okay, so I want to go over some basic things about you, get to know you a little bit, and you can ask me some questions, and then we'll go on from there, okay?
Okay, but just so you know, I'm pretty boring.
I'm sure that's not true.
All right.
Okay, so first I want to tell you some rules that I have in my room.
Okay.
Okay, everything that you say stays in here unless, one, you're hurting yourself or hurting others,
Okay.
or two, some sort of abuse is happening.
Alrighty.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Awesome. So, what's your last name?
DeForest.
Okay, and how do you spell that?
DeForest.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 12th right now.
Okay. And your homeroom teacher is Mrs. Caselli, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, what do you like about school?
I mean, it's okay. Probably my favorite subject would be AP Biology. I find it really interesting. And I don't know if I want to go into that when I get older, but I think it's something that'd be pretty cool. I don't know. I guess I don't really have any super favorite thing to do. I'm on the bowling team and I really like that. It's helped me made a few friends. Just I guess school and bowling.
Okay.
As a general.
So you're in AP Biology?
I am, and I really like it.
That's awesome. Do you have any other AP classes?
Nope, it was just that one. I'm not really into history, and I'm not really that good in English. I do okay, I get good grades, but not good enough to be an AP.
Okay. So, what about your family at home?
Yeah, so I'm an only child. I live with my mom and my dad. I'm pretty close to both of my parents. We're just like your average one kid home, I guess. Nothing too special about us.
Okay. And do you ever wish that you had a brother or sister?
Not really. My parents do own a greenhouse, so we're busy with that most of the time, and I help down there. So in my free time, that's basically where I'm at. So, no, I can't really say that I wish I had a brother or sister, maybe if I had one, but I know when I was little, I asked my mom not to have another baby because I didn't want to share her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see how it is. So you're on the bowling team?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been bowling?
So I actually started in 8th grade, and now here I am, senior, so 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still have to use the bumpers.
Sometimes I wish I could use the bumpers, to be honest.
That's awesome. Okay, so you're a senior.
Yes, I am.
What do you want to do after high school?
I'm definitely going to college right now. I have a couple that I'm looking at. Still have to narrow it down. I am looking at a religious school. I think I need to grow my religion. So I'm looking at Concordia, Spring Arbor, and Siena Heights. I'm thinking I want to do something in the medical field, but I'm not sure yet. So kind of leaning there. And just have to kind of make my final decision. They all have a bowling team, so I plan to bowl in college. Yeah.
I went to Spring Arbor.
Oh, you
for
did?
my master's. It was great. I had a wonderful experience, and the campus is very nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's great. Okay, so you said that you want to grow in your religion, and what do you mean by that?
So, I feel like it's normal for people to go up and down with their faith, or at least that's what I tell myself. Who really knows, I guess, what's normal. But I just think I want to know more about the religion and know why God made us who we are and what's the reason for me to be me. And I really think it really helps build the rest of your life if your foundation is good.
That is very nicely said. Wow.
Thanks.
Well, I think you're right that a lot of people go up and down in their faith, especially at a young age, and you grow into that. That's awesome. So, what about your friends?
I have one pretty close friend, but other than that, I feel like I don't have that many friends. I get along with most people. I can't really say I go out of my way to make friends, but if I talk to people, I feel like we get along well. It's just I wouldn't invite them over to hang out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And what about the kids on the bowling team?
They're there, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but sometimes girls can be drama. Since it's a girl full team and everyone wants to be the best, they can kind of
Okay.
just be too much. So I hang out with them at the bowling tournaments and stuff, but I don't really hang out with them outside.
Okay. Is it a really big team sport or is it more individual based?
It's kind of both, and I think that's kind of where it gets into trouble because people will focus on the individual part and only worry about that and not what's best for the team.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm too close to.
Yeah. So you're interested in the medical field, possibly?
Possibly. It's still up in the air right now.
Okay. Are you thinking like nursing, doctor? What are you thinking?
Right now I'm leaning more toward like ultrasound.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'm smart enough to be a doctor or a nurse.
I doubt that's not true.
Who knows? But I'm definitely leaning toward that. That way I can still work with people and be in the medical field, but I don't have to do too gross of things.
Okay, that makes sense. So, Mrs. Caselli said that you were having a hard time focusing in class and that you weren't acting like your normal self. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so I don't really want to talk about it because I'm like kind of embarrassed about it.
Well, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Okay, what you say is safe here, and kids go through these feelings all the time. So feel free to share.
So I don't know. I don't like to label myself that I have depression. I went to my doctor a couple months ago, and she noticed something was wrong with me too. And I tried to hide it. She put me on some medicine to try to make me feel better, and so I'm not so sad all the time. And I am anxious, so my anxiety sometimes gets in the way. But again, I try to hide that too because I don't want people to think I'm weak. I'm really worried that people will look at me and judge me based on my issues instead of who I am as a person. And that really bothers me and scares me to a point where I try to always seem strong. So sometimes I think that's why I keep to myself, but it's hard to tell. My parents don't really know, and I'm really surprised that my teacher found out. Like, I thought I was doing a good job hiding it, but I guess I'm not. So, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay. So, you said that you saw your doctor, and you talked to her about what's been going on, and she put you on medication?
Yep.
Okay, and how long have you been on the medication for?
I believe a couple months, but I don't know the exact date without looking.
Okay. So how have you been feeling on the medication?
I mean, she says it's gonna take a while, and I just have to keep like plugging away at taking it, and which I'm pretty good. I'm a very like organized person, so like I keep up to that kind of stuff. But I can't say that I felt any different.
Okay.
Maybe I might have a good day here or there, but I mean that's how it was before on the medicine. So.
Okay. So what do your good days look like?
I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit more talkative. I'm a little more outgoing, I guess it would be a good way to describe it. Like, I'll go and talk to my classmates a little more. It's easier for me to get through the day without, thinking I'm a bad person or I'm not going to do anything with my life. So it's just kind of easier.
Okay. And what are the not so good days looking like?
So like I said, I try to hide it when I'm around people, school, family, it doesn't really matter. I just try to always put up a front, but I'm a little bit more reserved. I, keep to myself. If you don't talk to me, I'm not really going to go talk to you. And then when I get home, I go downstairs, and basically sit in a dark room sometimes, just kind of think and contemplate life and what it means and stuff like that.
Okay. Now, you said you have a close relationship with your parents. Do they know about the medicine?
They don't, because since I'm an only child, I don't want them to feel like they failed and raised someone that was messed up and not right in the head, I guess, for lack of better terms. So I really just don't want them to know. And I don't know, I doubt they would look at me different, but it is a fear I have, and I don't want them to feel like they did something wrong.
Right. Okay, so first I just want to say that, with the diagnosis of depression does not mean that your parents failed in any way or that there's anything wrong with you. It's actually a chemical imbalance. Okay, so there's nothing that you did wrong. There's nothing, your parents would be upset about. Do you think that you could maybe talk to them about kind of what's going on?
I don't know. I might be able to. And I'm sure I am. They're pretty understanding and open to that kind of stuff. My mom's no more than my dad. My dad's very like old school in his thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Part of me, I just feel like they won't completely understand, and they think it would be something that's easy to fix. They know I'm on some type of medicine because I'm on my mom's insurance, and since I'm, not an adult, they have to know. But she didn't really ask questions, so I didn't really give answers.
Okay.
She just knows I'm on this new medicine, and if you're not big on, in the medical field, you probably don't know what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're just kind of like white elephant in the room type of thing.
Okay. Did your doctor say anything about seeing a social worker outside of school?
She did a little bit. She mostly was just kind of pushing the medicine. Not like pushing it on me, but she said this could help. And she said our insurance would cover it, so I thought I would try it. What's the worst that can happen, I guess. So we just talked about it, but didn't, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, how do you feel about talking to somebody about kind of what you're going through?
I don't know. I feel like it makes me look bad. And I don't want people to know. And I know you said, like, it's nothing to be ashamed of, but that's just kind of how I feel. But then it's weird because, like, I have friends that tell me they have it, and I don't think it's weird at all. But I guess, like, when it's portrayed on me and who I am as a person, I hate it, and I try to suppress it so people don't know.
Okay. So I have 2 things that I want to go over with you. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, 3 things.
Okay.
So first, I want you to know that you can come to me at any time.
Okay.
And I'd like to set up some time to see you once a week so we can chat and just kind of check in to see how you're doing. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. The second thing is by next time I see you, I want you to list 5 facts about yourself that you like.
Okay.
Not opinions, facts. So what would be a fact about you?
I have blue eyes.
There we go.
Okay.
And another one might be that you're on the bowling team, if that's a positive in your life. Mm-hmm. The last one is I'm going to give you this mood chart.
Okay.
And as you can see, it has all the months, all the days of the month.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's a neutral bar in the middle.
Okay.
In the bottom, there's 1, 2, 3. And in the top, there's 1, 2, 3. Positive 1, 2, 3. Negative, sorry. So every day I want you to put a dot with how you're feeling.
Okay.
Okay? It's a mood chart, and you said you're really organized, and it might be nice to see where your mood is and see, how many good days you're having and how many bad days you're having in a row. This is also a great way to see if the medication is working right. Okay. Something you can take to your doctor to show them where your mood is.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions about those?
I don't think so. But it's okay to, like, have neutral days. Like, I'm not, like, having a great day, but I'm not having a bad day either.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, there's enough room that maybe in the morning you're feeling kind of down, maybe like a -2, but then by the afternoon, after bowling practice, you're feeling great.
So, like, in the little box, I could write, like, AM or PM?
Yep.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 facts about yourself
for
next week. And then the mood chart, I just wanted to see it a little bit every week just so I can see how you're doing.
Alrighty, I can do that.
And then on the back, feel free to take notes on what's making it a bad day, what's making it a good day.
Okay, I think I can handle that.
Okay, so let's see. We talked about school, we talked about college, we talked about your family. Now, what made you want to go see the doctor?
So I had to get a physical for bowling.
Okay.
And she was just asking me some questions like, how do you feel about yourself? Do you feel positive? Or do you still have interest? I think it's like a screen or whatever. And most of the time, I feel like this isn't going to sound bad, but I, might bend the truth a little bit and make everything seem okay. But for some reason this time, I felt like, all right, like something's wrong. You need to tell her and be honest. So I was, I told her about kind of what I was feeling, what happened with my boyfriend, and to some extent, I didn't go into great detail, but she said it sounded like depression to her, and she prescribed me with medicine, and she said it could also be anxiety too, or a mixture of both. So
Okay.
I'm on this medicine now, and hopefully it helps and stuff like that.
So now you said you were having problems with your boyfriend. Are you still together?
We actually broke up not too long ago. That was my fault, and I feel really bad about it.
Okay. So do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I mean, it might help. I'm not really sure.
Okay, why don't we try? And if there's a time where you want to stop talking, we can do that too.
Okay, so we met in a bowling alley. It's 10 where I meet most of my friends.
Okay.
We started talking and we hit it off. And we talked for about a month and we started dating. He goes to a different school. I don't know if you've ever heard of Hanover Horton.
Yeah.
But that's the one he goes to, so it's probably about 15 minutes away, so not too bad. And we were doing good. We were together for about 5 months, and then he wanted to have sex. I was not ready. I always thought like sex was supposed to be saved until you were married, and at least until longer than 5 months, depending on the situation. So I told him no, and he said okay, he'd wait for me. No big deal. He understood. 6 months came. Same situation. 7 months came, 8 months came, almost 9 months, and he said he found someone else who would give him what he wanted. And he said that he would stay with me if I'd have sex with him, and I told him no. And that being said, he also told me that if I was not worth to be around someone, if I wasn't going to put out, no one would want to date me again. And so I thought about it, but I couldn't do it, and I didn't feel like I was good enough for anyone after that because I didn't want to have sex. So I don't know, it's kind of that situation, so it was my fault why we broke up and why he cheated on me.
Okay, so you said it's your fault that you broke up and he cheated on you. Why is it your fault?
I don't know, I feel like if I was worth keeping, then he wouldn't just have to rely on sex, but apparently I'm not worth keeping, so I should just put out. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Well, what do most guys think about?
Sex.
And does that mean you have to just go ahead and do it?
No, but he thought I did, and he told me he loved me and that I was his future, and then I ruined it, and then when stuff goes wrong, he'll still text me and blame me for stuff why things aren't working out right.
Okay, were you the one that cheated on him?
No.
So then why was it your fault?
Because I didn't give him what he wanted or supported him in the way he needed.
But you talked about building your religion up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're practicing your faith, waiting until the right time is the right thing to do, right?
Excuse me, sir.
That's okay. So it's not your fault. If he wants it, then it's his issue if he can't handle no. And I'm glad that you didn't give in. You know, having a guy make you feel bad about yourself is not worth having. Okay?
It's still a hard adjustment.
It is. It definitely is. But, you know, you'll find Mr. Right. And when you guys are ready, you'll be able to take that step and you won't feel bad about yourself. He won't let you feel bad about yourself. Okay?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Mr. Right isn't out there for me.
Oh, he is. And you know what? I thought the exact same thing as when I was in high school and college. And then when I was in my late 20s, I found Mr. Right. And he never made me feel bad about myself.
I don't know. He could come sooner than later, in my opinion.
Yes. But we have to be
patient.
Patient. That's right. Okay. So, how are you feeling now?
I don't know. It's kind of hard when I talk about my ex-boyfriend because it just brings up old memories about stuff that happened, and it just makes me feel useless and unwanted again, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I know one of our goals was for you to bring 5 facts that you like about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's skip to that and let's go over a couple right now.
Okay. So one fact is, I like to think that I am a decent bowler, and I have the highest average on the team.
Okay, that is definitely a fact. You can prove that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not an opinion. You are. Good.
No, this is really hard. I hate feeling like I'm bragging about myself.
But this is the time to brag about yourself.
No, I like that I have caring parents.
Okay, good.
How
do you do in school?
I could do better. I mean, I get B's and a couple of A's,
good.
But I could do better. I could definitely do better. I wish I could do better so I could get more money for school. But.
Okay. What about your friend? Are you a good friend?
I like to think so, but I don't know if I could prove it.
Okay. But would your friend say that you're a good friend? Do you talk bad about them?
No.
Okay. Isn't that what a good friend would do? Not talk bad?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like there's more to that than not talking bad about someone. I feel like that just makes you a decent human.
Okay. What else goes into being a good friend?
Being there when you need them.
Are you there for your friend when she needs you?
I try to be when possible.
Okay. What else makes a good friend?
I think it's important to listen to them when they need to vent.
Do you listen to your friend when she needs to vent?
Mm-hmm.
So you came up with about 3-4 good things. I would say that would make you a good friend.
If you say so, you're the expert.
Oh, not even close. I think that makes a good friend. 4 very good facts about you. Okay, so let's talk about school.
Okay.
What could you do that would make you feel better about school?
Get all A's.
Okay. What do you need to do that?
Study. But I already study a lot. I mean, so I go to school, pay attention in class. I get home, and if I'm having a pretty good day, I study about 4 hours homework study.
Wow.
Except for and then I'll take a break for dinner when that's ready. And then I try to go to bed, but sometimes I can't fall asleep right away because I just think about stuff that's going on.
Okay. That's a lot of studying.
Yeah, and I still can't get all A's. So that tells you a little bit about how smart I am.
I don't think it does. Has anyone ever told you that you're very hard on yourself?
I've heard that once or twice.
Just once or twice?
A lot.
Yeah. Okay. So when people tell you you're hard on yourself, what do you think?
That, no offense, but you need to mind your own business, and I will only succeed if I push myself to be the best I can be.
Okay, what if your parents tell you you're too hard on yourself?
They do.
Okay, so isn't it part of their business?
To some extent, but I just want to make them proud. I am their only shot of showing that they're good parents.
If you ask them, do I make you proud? What do you think they would say?
They're not going to tell me no.
Okay, why not?
Because that would be a bad parent, be like, oh, I'm disappointed in you.
Well, I've heard it before. So it does happen. But what would make you think that you weren't making them proud?
If I don't get a good career, if they have to support me the rest of my life.
Do you think they're going to have to support you the rest of your life?
If I don't get all A's, they're going to have to support me the rest of my life.
Okay, when you go to a college,
mm-hmm.
When you get your job, let's jump ahead to job. Do you think they're going to care about what you got in high school?
Don't you have to submit your transcripts on applications?
High school or college?
Both. Well,
what do you think?
College, but to get in college, you need good grades in high school.
And what's wrong with having A's and B's?
Obviously, if you have a B, you could have tried harder.
Not necessarily.
And you get more money the more A's you have because it makes your GPA higher.
Is it all about GPA or is it about entrance exams?
I think it's a little bit of both, but
Okay.
which I study for like the ACT and stuff. So.
Yeah, and how'd you do on those?
Not too hot. Got an 18 out of 32. Not too good. Could have done a lot better.
I don't think that's bad.
No.
Did you take it again?
I did.
And how'd you do?
18. Very consistent.
Okay.
One thing I can say about myself. I'm consistent.
Did you look at the schools you were applying to for what the ACT requirement was?
Yes.
And what is it?
So the three I'm looking at, one was a 18.
Okay.
One was a 22, and one was a 25, but for some reason I got accepted to all of them.
Okay. So you just told me that your ACT score was bad, and you don't have good enough grades, and you got into all three of your choices for college.
But I'd get more money if I had better stuff.
Okay. So you're concerned about money for graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the list of scholarships that the counseling center gives out?
I looked at a couple of them, but again, don't feel like if I applied, I'm not going to get them because I'm not good enough.
How do you know?
Someone else is better than me.
But you got into all three of your choice colleges.
They're easy to get into. Their acceptance rate is high.
So that doesn't mean they accept everybody. They still tell people no, right?
Yeah, like the loser kids.
I don't think so.
I do.
No. I mean, you got in. That's wonderful. They liked your grades. They liked your ACT score. They like you.
They haven't met me in person yet. If they met me, they'd probably be like, no thanks, we want to take that
Did
back.
you go on college visits?
To one of them.
Okay.
After they accepted me.
Okay. So, why don't we look at some of the applications for scholarships and look and see what we can apply to? Okay?
Okay.
And, that's a great way to get free money for school.
Okay.
Okay? And we got a few more minutes. Let's review our goals for next week, and then I'll let you go.
Alrighty.
Okay? So I want you to create a list of 5 facts
Not
about
to be
yourself.
rude, but didn't I already do that?
I wanted 5 more. I was going to say they can't be the ones you already listed.
Oh, man.
You can do it.
Oh, man.
I know you can. And then I want you to take this mood chart and kind of fill it out every day. It's super easy. Just a dot with where you're at. And bring it back next week so we can look at it.
Okay.
Any questions for me?
Do I have to do the 5 things about me?
Yes, it'll be great.
Bad things about me?
No. We want positive things. Okay? And you know what? You could even sit down with your parents and maybe have them list 5 things, and then you list 5 things.
Okay, you're the boss.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nope, I think I'm pretty much good. I don't really know.
Okay. I really liked getting to know you, and I'm excited to be working with you. Are you good with coming back next week?
Is there a certain time you would like me here?
When's your free hour?
Well, I do take a class at the community college, so I have 6th hour off.
Okay. Can we meet during the 6th hour?
You're gonna cut into my study time, but yeah, I can fit you in.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
So I'll see you next Tuesday at 2:30.
Sounds good.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Do I have to go back to class?
Yes, you do.
All right.
I'll write you a pass to go back.
All right. Thank you.
Okay? Okay.